I was looking forward to this assignment because I don't really know a lot of people from Europe and I want to get out and see the world someday. I think this experience was good for Penn State students to get a broad understanding of what it's like to live in different countries throughout Europe and maybe motivate them to pursue their work there in the future.
I think this global exchange experience was very interesting, especially for people like me who would like to work in an international company. In addition to learning new web writing techniques, this course really helped me understand major cultural differences between French and American people and to see if the cliche about American were true. Europeans tend to think of Americans as very positive and optimistic people, and I think it is quite true. For example, I noticed that they gave more positive or very positive feedback than French people, regardless the quality of the feature articles. Americans also used strong words like amazing or awesome, whereas French people tend to be more objective.
One thing I got from doing this feature project was getting to connect with somebody that I would normally not connect with. I'm actually friends with my partner Ocean now on Facebook, and we write to each other here and there, and she's so sweet. I really love talking to her and learning more about her. I was so excited to learn more about the culture in France, like what foods they eat, what kind of music they listen to, what's fun for people our age in that country. She was very, very open about everything. And she was also very inquisitive about America and what it's like here and what we do differently than France.
I have nothing but great things to say about my global exchange partner, Paz. She was amazing, and I just really love this assignment because I love learning about new cultures and getting to meet people from new places, and Paz is someone I probably never would have met if it weren't for this class. And I mentioned in my reflection, we actually are now friends on Facebook. We hope to keep in touch, which is really cool. But I really learned a lot from her and from her experience. I just thought it was really cool. After we interviewed each other, we kind of just started talking about cultural differences, and one thing we talked a lot about was how in America a lot of us just speak English, and Paz actually speaks 3 languages, and English, she said, is her not so great one out of the 3, which is so crazy to me because she talks like perfect English. But it was cool to just talk about that and kind of why is English, the universal language, and why do a lot of English people or American people not speak another language.
I really enjoyed, talking to them because they didn't have the same path until now. So, San is from India, and now he lives in Oman and everything, and Matt just lives in Pennsylvania. So I like the fact that there is this contrast between them. And I didn't know that online learning was usual there in the US. I know that there's purely online classes, so that's why this subject was interesting to me, taking also the fact that there's this pandemic. So yeah, maybe it will change the mind of some teachers about online learning.
It was really an honor getting to work with her, getting to know her, and just being able to make a friend with somebody who's on the other side of the world, and just being able to understand their culture, where they come from, and just learning about them. It was really, really a cool experience, and it was an assignment that I've never done before, but has really opened my eyes and has really taught me so much more than I would have ever expected.
The main thing that I got out of connecting with my partner in France basically is just like how different but yet similar we all can be. Like we can all relate and converse and basically just connect with each other, but then we all have different lifestyles and share differences that also like bring us together and also spark conversation.
I feel really honored and privileged that I got this opportunity through this course, writing for the web, where I could exchange my thoughts and get to learn new things about what world is responding towards this pandemic and how students in general are responding to this pandemic. So our partners from France, from University of Nanterre, were very energetic in responding to our questions, and we were able to talk about the political situations across the globe, how is lifestyle during lockdown, how it affected their lives, and how it affected their college and their work, and how study is going on through these new mode of virtual learning. And all these things helped us realize that students all over the world are moving on the same track and are on the same boat as all of us. So it actually helped us really open up in learning new cultures and traditions, how is life in France, and how people try to spend their weekends, how students try to spend their free time both off and on campus. So it was a really fun and a loving experience to get to know different people.
I really enjoyed doing this assignment. It really pushed me to be out of my comfort zone and reach out to Melina and FaceTime. Once we even FaceTime twice a week some weeks. It was so interesting to find out her life and how it is so different to be a college student in Europe versus in the United States. And it was super interesting to hear about her perspectives that she had.
I enjoyed the project. I thought it was good. I wish that the time zone was difficult. My partner had suggested 6 a.m. Saturday morning would be a good time for her to meet, and that wasn't really something I was looking forward to. So I struggled to find times. My student was quite busy. I'm busy in my world. She's busy in her world. So finding time to connect was tough.
This course has made me a little bit more diverse, with my communication skills, because I was able to meet different people from different parts of the world. And that's what I really liked about this class. I got to experience, I got to hear different stories of where other people came from and what made them want to go to college and what drives them to stay in college. What I liked is that we were really honest with each other during discussion boards, and we were honest with critiquing each other. And I think that would make, all of us better writers in general.
I was glad to be part of this exchange experience. I think it was really interesting to be able to exchange with students from another country. It felt really refreshing to have another point of view on different things, and to be able to discover the differences between the American culture and the French culture, and just to talk about how our daily lives were different as students, but also as a French and an American student. The two students I was able to talk to told me about their jobs, told me about their online classes, and we were also able to talk about what we wanted to do in the future. I told them that I was interested in traveling and that I would like to eventually work abroad. And I was surprised to hear that they were not interested in working abroad, and they were more interested in focusing on pursuing their careers in the US. I was often worried that I wasn't able to convey my ideas very clearly, but they were very reassuring, and they always told me that it was okay, that they understood what I wanted to say and what I meant. So overall, it was a really valuable experience.
The easiest way to understand someone is to simply have a conversation with them. And through our conversations, I believe I've learned a lot. Not just about my partner, but about her culture, her country. Even though most of our conversations centered around the minutiae of our daily lives, I feel we both got a lot out of it. I recommend to keep this assignment in the future.
I would definitely 100% recommend this project, especially with the current state of the world. It's probably not safe to travel to a different country right now because of the current pandemic, but I think it's a really great concept. And it was also cool because I got a free trip to France. I never really had money or time to travel out of the country, so this was my own little taste of France, which was so awesome. So 100% recommend this project.
It's important for us Nanterre students to have this intercultural exchange. and well, a real exchange with the videos, and have to well, get some infos about sometimes the personal life, the private life of someone, and just build a contrast with someone else, and just sometimes talk about yourself and realize that your experience just matter as much as someone else's experience.
I absolutely recommend keeping this assignment in the future because it is very helpful and useful for people who will embrace an international career, especially in management. Being aware of some cultural differences is time saving because it helps avoid misunderstandings, which is very good.
We are still talking even though the assignment's over, and we follow each other on our social media. We have conversations still over the WhatsApp, and honestly, I feel like I got a genuine friend out of doing this. I would definitely recommend keeping this assignment for further semesters, further years. I really hope that other people in this class got as much as I did out of it, and it just really opened up my perspective for, those around the world, and just knowing that it's a big world out there, but it's honestly a small world.